Hi folks, in today's video I'm going to take you out into the wilds of Utah, out in the desert, where we went camping for a couple days, explored the area, experienced a little Dutch oven cooking, some campfire time, and as a surprise to us, caught the northern lights out in that desert sky. It was fantastic. But the whole point was to do a painting while I was out there, and I got a watercolor done. Let me know in the comments if you like it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more, please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you out there somewhere. Let's get started. Hi folks, thanks for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. I'm Mike, here in my world famous studio where all the magic happens. I paint in both watercolor and oils. I like watercolors for their transparency and loose suggestive qualities, and I like oil paints for the opacity, the texture I can create in the brush strokes. I paint the people, places, and things of small town rural America. From the towering peaks of the Rocky Mountains to the towering grain silos of Kansas, or the small adobe casas of New Mexico, to the fishing boats in a marina on the northern British Columbia coast, the cowboys of Montana, the bewhiskered bikers of Sturgis, or the flatbed Ford on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. They all have a story. With my painting kit, I travel the back roads and the byways of the West, often on my motorcycle, seeking out the character of my subjects and capturing it using the effect of light, shadow, shape, and value. I get the information I need from roadside sketches or photographs and use those studies for more complex work back in my studio. Come with me as I paint my way along, and I'll tell you the tale of the people I meet, the places I go, and the things I do. Just living life out west. Good morning, Utah. We are camped, I don't know, 20 miles from Moab, between Grand Junction and Moab. Breakfast sliders. Now let it sit for 15 minutes. Well, we ran into a little bit of metastatic difficulties here. You can see the underbelly got separated from the frame and all the insulation is exposed. When we got here, that insulation was hanging down, so we got it tucked back up. But now I got to run into Moab and get some fender washers to go on the screws and get it sucked back up underneath. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that looks more better. Water track in the river. How cool is that? A little cemetery here. Memory of a life beautifully lived. But I thought it'd be a good time to get some desert painting done. As is often the case, the light changes, so you have to kind of remember what it was about a particular scene that was of interest. But it's beautiful, beautiful quiet out here. The clouds have moved in, covering the sun, and that is made it a little chilly too. So that's probably enough to get started. So I'm making a big pile of cobalt blue, and I'm going to create a wash for the sky. I'm going to go ahead and take my spritzer, get a little moisture on there. Get a little bit of that cloud cover kind of showing up. There's going to be a lot of layering of color. These kind of landscapes are a whole lot easier to paint. Aspen forest paintings. I'm going to let that dry for a little bit. So I've got kind of a basic wash over everything. And now it's time to start saturating the color a little more, darkening things up, give it a little more punch. But again, it's important here to simplify. There's way too much out there to paint. And it's just the idea. It's an essence that we're trying to capture. Not trying to make a photographic representation. I knew that was going to happen. It's all got to be darker. There, that's better. See? This is an Arches 300-pound cold press paper. And once again, I'll let it dry. All right, I think we can continue on here. Not getting any warmer, that's for sure. You see that as that paper dries, it accepts the pigment differently. And the trick is, with watercolor, is to manage the moisture in the paper and the amount of pigment. And sometimes you gotta be satisfied and happy with the little accidents that appear. Oh well, I hadn't intended on that, but I kind of like it. And to remember that it's just paper. So it didn't work out the way that you want, and that you're satisfied with, you just rip it off and start another one. This is a very high key painting. Now that the values are very light, not very dark. And that this whole mask could be darker. So I'll risk everything here. I kind of like what's going on in the foreground here. I got some neat stuff. So not all is lost, and I think I can salvage what we got here. There's we're at the point where it's maybe a quit while you're ahead. All right, I'm gonna call it good. Thanks for coming along. Now the whole idea here was to capture, was not trying to replicate what's before me in its exact form. It was more a matter of creating an impression, a nice painting, and using what we saw out there as inspiration. And once I've achieved that, then I think I'm good. And once again, thanks so much for coming along. I appreciate having you. And all of these paintings that I do are available on my website. If you see one that you gotta have, let me know. We can make it work. I'll see you next time out there somewhere. If you like this video, do subscribe and give it a thumbs up. If you like, give it a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of them.